Welcome back to the Yanadameen Godcast. We back in the building.
Yeah.
Lord Jamar.
And I'm Digger.
I'm Godfrey.
Yeah.
What's up, everybody, on this fabulous, gloomy, heat wavy day?
Right.
And today we have a very special guest.
Special guest.
Special guest.
Have we had a guest in a little while? We haven't had a guest in a minute.
We haven't. We've been
very honored today.
Yes. We've been rocking and rolling. A very good friend of mine for many years. And
thank you for hooking this up, Digger.
And I reached out to the brother, and he was more than happy to oblige us. So without further ado, let's just jump right into it. Ladies and gentlemen, we have Grandmaster Jay in the house.
The leader of the N.F.A.C. Grandmaster Jay, joining us here on the Godcast. Welcome, brother. Grand Rising.
Grand Rising, brother. How are you?
Oh, I'm great, brother. How are you?
You know, I'm still black. It won't wash off. So until that day, I'll be glad to be in the skin that I'm in.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So again, it's an honor to have you here with us. You know, I know many of the people may be familiar with some of the things you've been doing as of late. Most notably was your march through Ku Klux Klan territory in Stone Mountain, Georgia, where you had an armed militia of Black men, I believe some women too, that, you know, showed your strength in organization, and many people took note of that and admired that and commend you for that. So we just wanted to speak with you and get a little bit of your history and background and objectives and you know, just the whole experience of what is the N.F.A.C. and who is Grandmaster Jay.
And hang on one second before you speak, Jay. I just want to clarify something real quick, because we had actually reported, and it was reported that you guys were there to demand them tearing down a statue, when that is in fact very inaccurate. You were there because there was word out that the KKK called themselves planning on shooting some Black folks. So you were there in defense of that. So I just wanted to make that clarification.
Thank you, Miss Rod Digger, for putting that out there, because that was definitely on the list of things I needed to clean up. But let's start at the beginning. First of all, I'm going to answer the question that Lord Jamar asked me as far as my history and who I am. Malcolm X was Malcolm Little before he became the great Malcolm X. But nobody talks about what Malcolm Little did. So I don't talk about what I did before I walked in my purpose. It's irrelevant at this point. Everything that I did in my life was nothing more but a preparation for what I'm doing right now, whether it be my military experience, my time spent in activism going all the way back to 2014, do your research, or the fact that I spent a considerable amount of time in corporate America, or the fact that I also spent a lot of time in the music business. All of those things taught me everything that I need to know to deal with the season that we're in right now. My faith in the Most High, and I give all praise to the Most High Yahweh, is why that I know that we've been purposed at this time. So it's not what I've done, it's what I'm doing right now. Because you're not what you've done, you are who you are. That's my way of answering that question, not just for you, but for anyone that wants to focus on what's happening with us as a people right now. The Not Fucking Around Coalition reflects the attitude of Black people today, not just in the United States, but worldwide. We're not fucking around with the excuses no more. We're not fucking around with the apologies no more. We're not fucking around with waiting on a system that was built against us to start with no more. The only thing that we're doing is we're exercising the same constitutional rights that the same people that put us in this boat to start with have been doing for so many years. With that being said, we are organized. We are focused, we're on code, we'll self-finance, we practice group economics, and any time that there appears to be a gross injustice against the Black community, we have decided to do what some other folks just have failed to do over all of these years, besides sit around and talk about it and try to make money off of people. We're going to take it to the streets. We're going to take it to their face. We're going to show them what Malcolm said is true. There's no such thing as a bloodless revolution. And a lot of y'all talk about revolution, but from what I can see, a lot of y'all don't want it. You're comfortable in your captivity. And because of that, a few of us have decided that we can't play that game with you no more. We need to unseat you and seat ourselves. And just like Chancellor Williams said in The Destruction of the Black Man, we have to organize first, personify unification, and let them know that we're ready to defend our position and enforce our statute as far as where we go for the next 3 to 10 years as a race. That's not a mission statement. That's just a mode and the attitude behind not fucking around. That's why we got that. And just to lighten it up a little bit, somebody asked me, where did y'all get that name from?
I was going to ask you, and I like the uncomfortableness of the name. But
well,
go ahead.
You ought to watch these mainstream media folks try to struggle with the name. There's always one person that's struggling and the other one is off the chain. I watched the other night on ABC News, the guy was, well, they're the not, you know, F-bomb, and the other guy goes, not fucking around, and the other guy goes, that guy. So they're struggling. But if you remember, there was a movie called The Town that N.F.A.C started.
Yes.
And there's a scene where the lead cop is always some white guy who comes in and he's trying to solve it. But they've done everything. They've outthought this guy. He said, and he kept saying, let me guess. No fingerprints. The guy said, yeah, they bleached the place. He said, let me guess. They didn't take none of the dye packs. He said, yeah, they did. And he says, and let me guess. We're going to find a van over in Brooklyn burned up. And somebody said, yeah. He said, let me tell y'all something. These guys are good. This is the not fucking around crew. So we need to figure this shit out because this not fucking around shit is about to go both ways. You remember that? That's where it came from. That's where I got the name from, because that's who we have to be in this movement right now. We have to be untouchable. We have to be unpenetratable like COINTELPRO did. We have to be united in our purpose. We have to root out anybody, just like the Haitians did, that doesn't share the same mindset. We're not going to let you go. We're going to kill your ass. That way we ain't got to worry about you no more. By the time we show up like we did in Stone Mountain, we all on one accord, men and women. You were right to observe that. And thank you, Miss Digger. We didn't go there because of that statue on the damn mountain. We don't give a damn about what it was. As Lord Jamar said, we didn't go into their country. We went to the birthplace. We went to where they were born, and we knew that, and from the intel that we got, this is where they gather every 4th of July. So you want to threaten to shoot black people? Y'all say y'all just gonna have a free for all. Remember, they arrested a couple of cops in North Carolina right before this. Remember, they caught them on tape. Ooh, we can't wait for the killing to start. Ooh, they was having a field day. They was getting bold about it. They showed up in Virginia, in Richmond, dressed as if they were cops with the twisty ties. Y'all remember that? They was gonna kidnap some bros. And let me help y'all out real quick. All these lynchings that stopped after we went to Stone Mountain, all of these lynchings are done by the same way that they killed the McMichael. See, they used a pickup truck. Y'all need to understand, this is some Southern thing. They use a pickup truck as the tool, while we out there trying to play detective, talking about, how did bro hang himself? Ain't no benches. You in the back of the truck.
Right.
Okay, we put you in the back of the truck. They drive the truck right up under the tree. We already got you roped up, stand you up, shorty, throw it over, drive off. You lynched. Okay, that's what they caught them boys in Richmond doing, but you didn't hear about that in the news. They just quietly said they arrested some guys. But what we got sick of was that we're not hitting back. And if you want to threaten us, we don't take threats. As you heard me say, y'all stop spreading scary news. Y'all stop playing the victim all the time. Don't be in my inbox, ooh, they talking about they gonna blow up. Well, what did you say? That's akin to us being kids on the playground, and I walk up to you, Jamal, and say, so-and-so said he gonna beat you. Why am I bringing that information to you? You understand what I'm saying? Why you ain't standing there and defending that Jamal is my boy? He gonna whip your ass. Say something back, black people. Stop letting them scare y'all. They use fear to control us from slavery. They use fear to control us through Reconstruction. They use fear when they put in Jim Crow. They use fear when they ran out of fear. They injected drugs into the community to try to destroy us. They did everything they can. And it's based on fear. So we're going to show y'all fear don't work in the deuce. It doesn't work that way. Y'all want to strap up shorty? We can strap up too. Martin Luther King was not nonviolent. He was smart, and he said it. There was no way we could win. We're outnumbered. We're outgunned. We're not even considered citizens yet. So we would have lost. It would have been a bloodbath. So let me close by saying this is a different era. It's 60 years later. Yeah, we are strapped up. And yeah, we are trained. And yeah, we are organized. So guess what? We can repay an eye for an eye. We would love to talk to you about it, but that didn't work. We love to march with you about it, but that didn't work. We would like to hold hands and sing, we're going to overcome, but that shit didn't work either. As a matter of fact, the only thing that they appear to understand is when we show up the way we did in their house, looking for them to say what it's going to be. And as you can tell, not only has mainstream media ignored the story, they have ignored the story. What we did was bigger than what the Panthers did.
Absolutely.
Okay? They ignored the story. And then ABC, instead of reporting the story, they tried to bury it in a story about the BLM that we don't fuck with and the KKK and this mountain, but not us. So guess what? Y'all didn't get it the last time. I bet you get it this time.